Audiobook-Moor-El books presents
O.C.M.
Organized Confusion of Mind. Stories written by O.C.M.
This is my love letter to you. I just want to say, I'm so glad to have you in my life. I'm so glad that you're here. So glad, so glad.
Crazy thought. 13. Shadows are no longer reflections of ourselves, but we are reflections of our shadows. The great light has now become our enemy, forcing us to live in the shadows for survival. We tell folk tales to our people to give them a sense of hope. For without that, we have nothing. We have been restricted of our humanity. We are endangered species, not because of our value, but because of our burden. They now respect animals more than they respect us, as the animals are able to roam freely, and we are hunted and destroyed. Our self-worth has been ripped from our hearts and minds. We have nothing but these bodies that curse us. Life is empty for us, and all we do is watch the sky for their attacks. We stick together, not because we are family, but because we are the same 100 dogs. I despise being their leader, knowing that I am the representative of something despised, outcast, and hated. My head spins with endless questions, but the main question is, why? Why? This world changed so much. So much influence. I never allow my thoughts to be shared with anyone in our group. I am separated on top of being separated. I live in a dangerous realm of not accepting what is seen to be true, and dying, resisting what has been accepted, and keeping those like me alive. My existence has been a movement against a culture of vanity that has cursed this land since its birth.
Oceans of blood have been asked to satisfy the monster of vanity. There used to be life in these veins. I have to believe that there will always be life in these veins. For their sake.
The sun rises soon. I worry that this day may not be like the last. They will come for us in their seemingly righteous pursuit, for we are labeled the wicked.
The wicked!
Their God has told them to smite the wicked. Our God has left us to suffer. That book I used to have to read in Sunday school as punishment lied, as it proclaimed that we were all God's children.
We all are God's children.
I'll now watch as a trumpet of their God comes to awaken us from our dreams. I can't recall the last time I've slept unbothered by the nightmares of being them and awakening to be me. The worst of the nightmares are reflections of reality, as when the symmetries hunt for us with their SEU.
Sonic Exterminating Unit.
This weapon makes flesh and bone into festive particles that slowly fall to the ground. So many lost friends, so much family, children and innocent taken away.
Lord, why?
Their eyes now haunt me. Their faces are not smiling as they disappear into the air. Their weapons are designed to spare the symmetries of the foul smell of death. The burnt flesh is converted to a lovely smell of cinnamons or flowers, all done by an aroma charcoal converter that also gives the use of a slight high.
Every time I smell the cinnamon and flowers, my stomach curls with disgust, for I know death has proceeded.
Yet, I cannot help my mind from taking me back to a time when I welcomed these smells. A time before the crusades of perfection was even thought of. Grandma used to hug me and kiss me and tell me how much she loved me. She loved flowers. She had them all around the house. My stomach was so warm with her freshly baked cinnamon cookies. She loved me the way I was, strong and independent. It was too bad that the world could never share her view, constantly trying to make me what they thought was a perfect image. This entire war was about image, and because of image, people would suffer. People like me. I was 13, maybe 14, when the health drink came about. It was called Beautiful. It promised to revitalize skin, enhance strength, and prevent aging. The drink Beautiful was endorsed by the glamorous, rich, and famous. Musicians promoted the product in their songs and videos. Before long, the world was crazy with this beautiful thing. Like a bunch of raving fanatics. Propaganda was set in motion by the corporation and some Hitler-like person who now envisioned the world in his or her image. The news reported stories of untrue, unproven statements of the beautiful images curing people and diseases, while the less attractive, ugly image caused serious illness and depression. It was just a matter of time before belief showed its ugly face. Ignorance smelled its chance for opportunity, and before long, violence had designed its route for power. Before long, the indifference of race and culture took no precedence in the pursuit of perfection. Image became a complete dictator of life, and the world seemed to quickly grasp the culture. Society would not tolerate those who did not rejoice in frivolous, tinsel changes and embrace what God Almighty had created. God had created good, beautiful things, beautiful people. There was only one place known to this new world, that erected such ugly, unwanted sights. And that place was hell. People were afraid of hell because it mirrored perfection. No one wanted to be imperfect. No one wanted to be unwanted. And most of all, no one wanted to be ungodly. The Creator, who had made man in his image and made life for all living beings, was no more. The new image of God was erased from the world. Those who did not bow before him. And so it began. People underwent plastic surgeries in large ways to make themselves more acceptable to God and man. They went to man to correct nature's imperfection. And with blood, the world changed. This God was to find resistance, as did all man's ideas. And I was a part of this resistance. We marched with our voices loud and our spirits strong. Marching with us, we had people of all backgrounds and professions. There were scientists shoulder to shoulder with factory and sanitation workers. It was more surreal as the government allowed our voices to be silenced, as they seemingly supported the general population who now call themselves symmetries. Politics, religion, and science all backed the symmetries. It wasn't long before we were enemies of the symmetries. And before long, enemies of life. The ugly things beautiful people do. The beautiful things the ugly people did.